Hello, my beautiful creative friends. How are you today? So, today I was inspired to create a video about unhealthy things. So, I've had friends and clients ask me in the past my opinion of what is healthy and what's unhealthy. I'm sure you have your own list. And I just wanted to share with you my rare list of what I believe to be unhealthy. And maybe you can inspire you today to create your own list or to even look at my list and just be curious and open to the things I said. So, this is not an obvious list, right? The obvious ones that maybe there's a lot of research behind and there's experts that talk about, or there's fads, right? This is considered a more unique list that I created, or I think it's unique. And a lot of it came from, of course, my own research, my own experience, but a lot of it is also intuitive. Like it's something I intuit with my experience. So the obvious unhealthy things I'll list because maybe it's not so obvious for you, but some obvious things that are supposedly bad for us, right, and have a bad rap are processed foods, fried foods, soda, too much meat, dairy, sugars, artificial sweeteners. So it's unhealthy to lack balance in your life. We've heard that if we overwork, right? Or if we sleep too much, or we're overstimulated, or we overeat, or we undereat, which is different for every body. If we don't exercise, or at least get our heart rate up, um, really learn how to breathe, correctly to your belly. Um, Too much caffeine can be unhealthy, alcohol, smoking, the lack of sunshine, the lack of community and friendships and connection, right? This is a more obvious list of hazardous things that are not good for our health. But the more rare list that I created today was just inspired. I don't know how it came. It just came to me, and I said, I'd love to share it, because I remembered friends asking me their opinions of things. So here's a more rare list. And if it's not rare to you, that's wonderful. Maybe I'd love to hear from you and your thoughts and opinions about it and your experience with these things. And it'll be good because we just continue to grow and we can grow together. So I'd love to hear your opinions as well. So here's my list. Number one, perfumes, colognes, any artificial smells and fresheners or scented candles or even essential oils, right? I know that people use it and they think essential oils are more organic and from the earth, but actually a lot of the companies can say they're organic, right? And they're a plant, but it's actually not. So you have to be really careful with the companies you deal with because the FDA can get away with a lot, with money, you can get away with a lot. Business, money. Anyway, I shouldn't say so much, but just do your research. So I just have a bad aversion to smells, especially artificial smells. It actually makes me cough, which is something an issue I've had for a long time now. I get really triggered. So that's something that really triggers me. Smells. Again, I will say this is something, I'm not saying don't use it, right? Or take it away from your life. This is something that just I'm putting out there in my opinion, and maybe you can take a look at. So plastic, and what I mean by plastic, leaching plastic in water. So if you get plastic bottles of water, which I do as well, and I fill up my water at a local Whole Foods. It's fine, but there's leaching in the water, and I'm very aware of that. And the plastic can be a bit harmful for you. So there's different alternative plastics as well in glass that are better for you. So just doing your best, look into that. And especially if you leave a plastic bottle, that thin plastic that are made of water bottles in the car, I wouldn't recommend, in the heat, I don't recommend you drinking that. It's a plastic in the water. 3, canola oil. So I know in some health food stores, they prep meals and they use canola oil. as a good oil, as opposed to vegetable oil, right, or lard. Which is curious because I think it's pretty equivalent. I think it's a cheap oil, um, and that's why they're not using, in my opinion, olive oil or coconut oil, which I think are better for us, especially when we heat it in higher temperatures. If you research that, it'll tell you a little bit more how olive oil and coconut oil don't transform into a different chemical compound or whatever. I'm not good with the science of it, but I even intuit this. And I've eaten a lot, I won't give names, places that have healthy food, but I've asked and they use canola oil, and sometimes it just doesn't sit right with me. Again, we do the best we can. I still eat out, in these places, but just have an awareness. Number 4, wax. Oof, this annoys me so much. So the wax, for example, on your apples, so even organic apples, if you use a knife and you like really scrub or scrape your apple, you will see wax coming out. And the wax allows for this apple to be marketed well and to look beautiful so that people buy it. I much prefer a farmer's market, someone that anywhere, a farm that doesn't go through this process to make it look beautiful, so you can avoid ingesting wax. There's something behind it, there's more behind it, but I didn't do the full research on it, but that doesn't feel right. Number 5, eating burnt things. So this is another one that maybe this is obvious, but like toast, sometimes we burn it and we eat it. I heard a doctor way back in the day say that this is cancer causing. And another example is like people, they eat rice. I grew up eating a lot of rice, how it sticks to the bottom of the pan and you start scraping it off and you eat that. God, I hope I'm not the only one, but be careful because there's aluminum, right, in your pans and other chemical elements that you don't want to get in your system. And aluminum is really a not good heavy metal. It's like other heavy metals that cause a lot of damage to the internal organs, your nervous system, and your health. So there's a lot of studies around that. And I'll just add on to that, just like deodorant with aluminum. I don't like any of that. So if you can find a better alternative, that would be great. Number 6. Ooh, the ladies are not gonna like me. And I love this stuff too, but fake nails, acrylic, SNS, whatever you want to call it, fake nails, the ones that you put an end to and they put all the powder and whatever. Yeah, I always intuit it's not healthy. And then when they soak your nails in some chemical like acetone or put too much alcohol, and who knows, to take it off, oof, it just feels wrong. But I love it. I mean, I love it. I love the long nails. It's really in right now. It makes you feel pretty, but look into that. I'm not saying not to do it. I do it here and there. But even covering the nail seems a little wrong, right? Like letting your nail, I don't know if obviously not breathe, but like just let it be natural, right? And when you take things off, you kind of rip the top layer and it just thins the nail. So yeah, but I do love fake nails. Another one for the ladies, tampons. That's number 7. That just can't be healthy. I've always felt uncomfortable with it. I won't go there, but I don't do that. All the chemicals in the product, and then you insert it inside of you. And I hope I don't get attacked by companies that create better products, more careful with the female organs and, holistic and organic. I'm sure there's good companies that consider that. But overall, the cotton, they put it through a factory and whiten. I don't know. Doesn't feel right to me. Okay, but we'll put that aside. Number 8, it's a strange one. Air conditioning. God, I really dislike air conditioning. And in the States, in America, where I'm living now, they run it everywhere. Like in every location, they have air conditioning. It's very convenient and comfortable, right? This is first world living, but I feel like it's just bad. I don't know. The air, if it's old air, like recycled and cooled with the coolant and just fake air blowing at me, just not my thing. Just the same. Number 9, carpets. Carpets feel like they collect all the junk in the world, and vacuums seem like they don't really clean up. But carpets, and I've lived in carpets as well, but I don't necessarily think it's so healthy um, as opposed to marble floors or wooden floors or whatever, linoleum, whatever they call it. Yeah, carpets. Number 10, and I just said a list of 10 for today, pretty much, is clothes softener. I mean, what is that? I don't know, this clothes softener. I know it's supposed to make the clothes soft. I don't like that anyway, this artificial thing making, yeah. And if I know this is gonna sound super weird, but if I can't lick my own towel without a disgusting taste of weird chemicals in my mouth, yeah, I don't want it. And don't ask me why I'm saying to lick my towels. It just happens automatically. You get out of the shower, right? You're drying off, and then you have this taste. Ugh, I don't like it. I'd rather it be less soft. Actually, it's good for because it's like an exfoliator, right? Like if it's a little rougher, I don't know. I like rougher towels, my opinion. So that's the 10 unhealthy, unique, rare list that I created for you today that I was inspired to share with you. And actually, I wanted to say one more thing that just is important in terms of unhealthy things, and then probably the most important. And I think it's to live without peace of mind. So no matter what it is that you believe, what you practice, what you use, the most important thing is our mind. What you think of the things you're using, you know, the mind is more powerful than anything else. So if you use the last 10 plus things I listed, that's fine, but how are you thinking about it? So keep seeking peace and connection and deep understanding, doing the best to take care of yourself. Everyone has an opinion. There's studies around a lot of things, but just really go inward and notice your state of mind. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this. I care about you. I'm signing off as your mindful wellness guide, and I send you a big kiss. Until next time. Bye. Take good care.